Relationships with a narcissist are like wandering into a labyrinth filled with traps. You're drawn into a whirlwind of sweet words and fake gestures of love, unaware of the dark nature lurking beneath. Then, one day, when the storm of romance passes, you awaken to the deep wounds in your heart and irreparable losses. At first, warning signs are often overlooked, masked by illusions of true love. You tell yourself that their outbursts of anger and harsh words are just passing storms in the journey of love, or attempt to justify their strange behavior. You might even believe they are struggling and need your empathy and love more than ever. But when faced with the harsh truth, you wake up with a jolt. You've sunk too deep into a toxic mire, ensnared by the intricate manipulation of the narcissist. They're like emotional vampires, silently draining every source of your vitality, time, money, energy, love, empathy, and even your physical and mental health. You give everything, sacrificing all for this relationship, clinging to a faint hope of distant happiness, only to be left exhausted, empty, and scarred in the end. Let's rewind time to that fateful moment when you first met the narcissist. Amid the haze of first impressions, could you have seen the silhouette of a wolf in sheep's clothing? They appear wearing a flawless mask, meticulously crafted to deceive their prey. Sweet compliments flow like honey, and natural words seep into your soul. All poison-tipped arrows subtly piercing your heart. They paint a radiant picture of a future where your love conquers all challenges, where they are willing to sacrifice everything for a happy life together. They plant the idea that you're soulmates destined for one another, that no one in the world could ever love you as they do. If you've experienced these overwhelming emotions, don't worry, you're not alone. This is classic love bombing, a signature tactic of narcissists that psychologists have studied and warned about. Sadly, their true goal isn't love, but control and manipulation. They lack the capacity for genuine love because true love requires empathy, sharing, and caring for the needs of others, qualities a narcissist can never possess. However, they are masters of feigning affection. They overwhelm you with excessive attention, romantic gestures, lavish gifts, and syrupy sweet words. They are always by your side, texting and calling constantly, immersing you in the illusion of a perfect love and an unshakable destiny. From the very first moments of meeting, the narcissist quietly turns you into an object of study, like a scientist meticulously observing chemical reactions in a lab. They read you, not through intuition or empathy, but with cold calculation, aiming to uncover your weaknesses, hidden desires, and emotional buttons they can push to control you. They are like seasoned hunters, skillfully laying traps with sweet words and attentive gestures. But beneath the perfect facade lies a series of tests and surprise situations, carefully orchestrated to probe and evaluate their prey. They observe your every reaction, measure your tolerance, your capacity for sacrifice, your financial resources, and, most importantly, your breaking point. Are you forgiving enough to overlook their repeated mistakes? Are you compassionate enough to quell their irrational outbursts? Are you willing to sacrifice everything, even yourself, to cater to their inflated ego? Every answer you give is meticulously documented in the psychological map they're crafting. Once they've mapped out your strengths and weaknesses, they begin their game of manipulation, control, and turning you into their puppet. But what happens when you rise up, break free from their chains of control, declare independence, and refuse to be their puppet? This exploration will take you through the dramatic reactions, cunning strategies, and eventual downfall of a narcissist when they realize you're no longer an easy target. When you escape their manipulative storm, the narcissist's panic sets in. You'll face an onslaught of relentless attacks, sweet words mingled with threats, fake gestures of concern mixed with cruel psychological blows. Social media, mutual friends, even your family may become battlefields the narcissist uses to manipulate, pressure, and force you back into their power game. So, what are these tactics? How can you identify and protect yourself from the traps of a narcissist. We'll explore this in the next section, Strategies of a Narcissist when you refuse to be controlled. Number 1, they attack you with accusations. When you dare to step out of the narcissist's control, brace yourself for a storm of fierce retaliation. Their first tactic is often to attack you with harsh words and tempestuous rage, aimed at breaking your will, trampling your self-esteem, and dragging you back into submission. They'll ignite endless arguments over anything, from trivial matters to significant issues. Their goal isn't to seek truth or resolve problems, but to assert their intelligence and superiority and impose their views on you. In these verbal battlegrounds, the narcissist will deploy every trick in the book: fallacies, misrepresentation, personal attacks, and insults. They'll interrupt you constantly, denying you a chance to express your perspective while repeating illogical arguments to wear you down, leaving you feeling exhausted, discouraged, and drained of energy. Even if you try to argue with reason and clear evidence, you'll find yourself trapped in the whirlwind of their distorted logic. You may feel stuck, powerless, and gradually lose confidence in yourself. Alternatively, they might stage a dramatic performance, casting themselves as the pitiful victim betrayed by you. They won't hesitate to twist the truth and distort cherished memories, accusing you of changing and no longer being the person they once loved. They'll criticize, demean, and blame you for flaws you don't have, painting you as cold, selfish, and unloving. But stay vigilant! Don't let their toxic words hurt you. Behind this theatrical display lies a stark reality. They are afraid. They fear losing their familiar prey, their source of emotional supply, and their control over you. Their accusations and tantrums are merely a smokescreen hiding their insecurity, weakness, and fear. Number 2, they use silence as a weapon. When accusations fail to bring you back, they'll swiftly change tactics, resorting to silence and sudden disappearance. In the narcissist's arsenal of manipulation, silence is a sharp, invisible weapon, capable of inflicting devastating emotional harm. And when you resolve to escape their control, they won't hesitate to wield this weapon against you, aiming to break you and draw you back into the cycle of manipulation. If you still have lingering feelings for them, their silence will likely leave you confused, drowning in a sea of doubt, anxiety, and insecurity. A narcissist hopes that their silence and withdrawal will make you question yourself, feel guilty, and regret your decision. They want you to feel lonely and despairing, ultimately forcing you to reach out, beg for forgiveness, and accept a return to the toxic relationship. But remember, this is nothing more than a calculated manipulation. Don't let their silence deceive you. Stay firm in your decision, trust yourself, and continue on your journey toward genuine happiness. Their silence isn't the end. It's an opportunity for you to start a brighter chapter in your life. Number 3, projection, a narcissist twisted tool. In the narcissist's psychological theater, projection is a sophisticated trick akin to sleight of hand, where they distort reality and deceive your perception. This is a defense mechanism studied extensively by psychologists, particularly Sigmund Freud, who laid the foundation for the theory of projection. According to Freud, projection involves transferring one's unwanted feelings or thoughts onto another person to ease internal conflict. For narcissists, however, this isn't just a normal defensive reaction. It's a deliberate and calculated tool of manipulation. Imagine standing before a mirror, but instead of seeing your reflection, you see flaws, mistakes, and guilt that aren't yours. This is how narcissists use projection to offload their negative traits, things they can't accept or face, onto you. According to psychologist Carol McBride, or according to my story training devices, narcissists frequently blame or assign to others the emotions and behaviors they despise most about themselves. They not only evade accountability, but also seek to control and diminish you in the process. When you become the target of projection, the narcissist will relentlessly accuse you of being the root cause of all problems. They'll manipulate situations, crafting a tragic narrative where they are the victim of your mistreatment or harm. Meanwhile, you're cast as the villain, the selfish, malicious, and flawed person. Number 4. They try to tear you down. In a fit of desperate anger, a narcissist will stop at nothing to bring you down. They may weaponize the secrets you once trusted them with, using them to hurt and belittle you. Lies, fabrications, and exaggerated stories are ruthlessly deployed to smear your reputation, destroy your credibility, and leave you drowning in shame and humiliation. Don't be surprised if they flip the script. Sweet compliments from the past now morph into harsh criticisms and biting sarcasm. They may deny all the kind words they once said about you and even fabricate entirely new stories to paint you as deceitful, unworthy of love, and undeserving of respect. They might stage a dramatic performance, accusing you of being at fault, the one who destroyed the relationship. They'll claim that you were fake, that you deceived them, that you never truly loved them. Their words, like daggers, will aim straight for your heart, leaving you doubting yourself and questioning your worth. Once they've had their fill of degrading you, they may abruptly vanish from your life, leaving behind deep emotional wounds and a chaotic storm of feelings. Alternatively, they might continue to shine by flaunting their successes or new relationships, attempting to prove they're thriving, while you're left to suffer. Remember, these cruel actions are a reflection of their own weakness, helplessness, and deep-seated resentment. Don't let their words harm you. Hold your head high, trust in yourself, and keep moving forward in your pursuit of true happiness. Finally, here's what I want you to take away. If you're in a relationship with a narcissist, pause and recognize the most important truth. You are not to blame. You don't deserve the manipulation, blame, or devaluation the narcissist has inflicted upon you. Don't let them convince you that you're the cause of all the problems. This is merely their tool for maintaining control and trapping you in the toxic relationship. You have the right to happiness, love, and freedom without being controlled. If you feel stuck, remember, it's not permanent. Each day, you can choose to take a small step toward changing your situation. Consider breaking free from this toxic cycle as a rescue of your own soul. There is nothing more important than your peace and safety. No relationship, be it romantic, friendly, or familial, is worth sacrificing your mental health, self-respect, and dignity. Protecting yourself isn't selfish, it's your fundamental right. The right to live a fulfilling life free from manipulation and the draining cycles of false promises and crushing disappointment a narcissist perpetuates. They may try to make you believe they'll change, that things will get better, but the truth is, they won't change, because they don't see the need to. Understand that a narcissist doesn't gain control overnight. They build it gradually, by chipping away at your confidence and self-esteem. Every criticism, every instance of neglect, and every time they blamed you was part of a calculated strategy to make you feel small, unworthy, and dependent on them. Instead of overt violence, they use a mix of sweet words and blame, care and coldness, creating a cycle of emotional highs and lows that is hard to escape. Psychologists like Craig Malkin, author of Rethinking Narcissism, have noted that narcissists thrive by sowing doubt in your mind. They make you question, am I really wrong? Do I deserve to be treated this way? These doubts are their tool to maintain control over you. Listen to your instincts. If something feels wrong, or if you feel disrespected, it's a sign that you need to leave the relationship. Control your mind. Every experience in life begins with the mind. If you can control your thoughts, no one else can control you. Narcissists understand this, which is why they focus on breaking your confidence piece by piece. But you can regain control. Set boundaries, clearly define and enforce the limits of what you will and won't tolerate. This may be difficult, especially if they resist, but it's a vital step toward reclaiming your independence. Seek support. Don't face this alone. Talk to a trusted friend, family member, or mental health professional. External support can help you gain clarity about the situation. Accept that you can't change them. A narcissist won't change unless they recognize their problem, which is unlikely. Instead of trying to change them, focus on changing your life. Remember, you are not alone. Many people have escaped relationships with narcissists and gone on to find freedom, peace, and happiness. You can too. Take time to heal, rebuild your self-esteem, and reconnect with the person you truly are, someone deserving of love and respect. Your life is yours. Your happiness is your right. Don't let anyone, especially a narcissist, take that from you. Be strong, be brave, and choose freedom.